I was actually thinking about it. I was like, dude, I feel like this is the worst time to start vlogging.
Good? We all caffeinated and ready to rock?
I would see people not giving it 5 stars. It's not great. Don't put it out.
It's like, I think this is like the worst month I've had in like 2 or 3 years.
Without further ado, please welcome Layla.
It's like a weird day today because we have this hearing and it's like virtual, and I'm just like waiting if they're gonna call me in. So I'm just like waiting.
It's like a court hearing?
Mm-hmm. It's going well. My lawyer texted me. I don't know why, it's like so emotional because it's like, I don't know. I'm in such a weird place today. It's like this person is, I don't know.
A car came off it and was flipped over on the side.
Yeah, I just made it. So Layla came one time and like listened to the huddle, and she was like, this is like a logistics huddle. And she's like, that's not how huddles go. And I was like, oh yeah. And then she's like, it's like a sales team. And I was like, oh right, what do I do for a sales team? And I'm like, I would do this for a sales team. And so that's why we changed it. And ever since, way better. Your starting lineup. Me, Hop, who's also stuck on the boulevard, JJ, Sammy, and Mr. Tank himself.
I met Ed so long ago. He knew somebody who was one of our best clients at Gym Launch. And then he joined and became a client of Gym Launch. And he just crushed it. And I really liked him because he was like funny. He was personable. He like led everybody in the community, even though he didn't have to. And then he became one of our top sellers for Prestige Labs, which is our supplement company. And what happened is that every month we would fly out whoever sold the most supplements that month. And Ed, we didn't make a rule of like, we just figured like nobody ever really sold like at the top consistently. Everyone kind of went like this. And Ed did not. He was the only person that continued to sell the same amount. And so he ended up coming out to our house, because we would have everyone out to our house for a day, every month for like a year. Not that far after that, we knew that we were going to go into the process of trying to sell the company. And we said, hey dude, like, we think that you could blow this up because like Prestige Labs, you're so good at selling these supplements. What if you teach other people how to do that? And you were the one that's leading the growth side of Prestige Labs. And so he did, and he crushed it.
This is one of our L1s from last week. Just said, you and the team are nothing short of incredible. Honored to be here and look forward to connecting further. All right, Florence just got back from incredible 2-day scaling workshop.
Then he no longer was working there. And we were like sitting in Alex's office, me and him, and Alex is just kind of sitting there. And I was like, what if you just work for me again? And he was like, I didn't know that was an option. I was like, well, now it is. And I just knew that he would be, I just knew. It's like, you know when you know like somebody's skills and then you have a role and you're like, that's exactly what you should be doing. I just knew that he should be leading our level 1 advisory workshop. It's just like, that's just what he's good at.
It was great being in a room full of motivation and inspiration, surrounded by people focused on pushing their business forward. That's cool. Like, that's really, really cool. And he sent in a testimonial video for us too, so. Shout out, J-Mo. So Jacob took on a huge task last week of like taking L2 spotlights, kind of last minute-ish. And like you were here at 10 p.m. the night before, and then you were like in at 6 a.m. prepping for spotlights. Like competitive greatness is like really, really high. So I want to shout you out for that. So now we can clap for him. Yeah. All right, we got 21 events, 13 are down. Today's number 14. I expect every person on the team to uphold our value of sincere candor. That means saying what needs to be said, even when it's uncomfortable. I think you guys are all pretty good at taking good feedback and giving it. People are visiting for the first time. Let's uphold the brand. We have responsibility for that. We don't teach excellence, we demonstrate it. And I said this last week, but I will say it again for everybody. Alex does not need to work harder, right? But last week, he put in double the effort. At the end of it, he goes, I'm rooting for you no matter what. You're my people and no purchase will ever change that. Like, grateful position, and I just think we should all model that. Like, the standard is higher now.
So you're gonna read through just to like look through all Karash's edits first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. I don't think it'll take that long.
Yeah.
You guys ready? Cool, let's do it. All right. Doors open in 3 minutes. Greeters, please get ready.
Okay. Well, I'll be good. I'll be good whenever, and I can hear you when you talk. That'll work. So we can just roll straight on through. Need anything else from us?
I'm good to go. Just gotta find the
The transitions, yes. The right now, I don't think.
Yeah, no, this is way better. This is Disneyland for business. The man, thank you, appreciate you.
Hank, how are you?
Great. Morning. Welcome in, guys.
Morning.
Kevin?
I'm Frank.
Justice.
Justice, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Kevin, I'm
We
Frank.
have similar vibe going on.
Yes, I agree.
Justice, I'm Jacob.
Very nice to meet you.
Morning. Welcome in. How you doing? I like the big smile to start the day. My name is Frank. Is Woo. Morning. Welcome in. Good morning. How you doing? Morning. Welcome in.
Hey, morning.
I'm Frank. Morning. Welcome in. How you doing, Paul? I'm Frank. Pleasure. Nice, well-balanced diet.
Yeah, you know it.
Spread a little love everywhere.
Frank has immense work ethic, massive insecurity, and underestimates himself consistently, which is a recipe for excellence. So like he sent in a video when he applied. I'll never forget the video. He was sitting in this like really astute chair with this like background. It was like very old school. It looked like an old like 1990s office.
Hi, my name is Frank and I'm applying to the recruiting position at acquisition.com. I believe I will be a fit for 2 reasons. 1, because of who I am, and 2, because of the skills I have.
And he's wearing a suit, and that was his application video. And it was so well put together. He clearly cared so much. I could tell he was nervous in the video. And I was like, I need to hire this guy. Like, I can just tell by watching the video, like, he's just got it. He is something, you know, and he really cares, which I think that goes so far. Is like people just underestimate how much it matters if somebody just gives a shit. And then he, you know, continued to climb his way up in the company and lead the department. And then I saw that he just lit up so much, not just leading all the recruiting function and the people stuff, but like he lit up so much talking to people at the workshop.
Nice to meet you too.
What is your current position here?
I just got recently transitioned to now I'm the director of workshop operations.
Oh, cool.
But for the first 2.5 years, it was more on the recruiting side, so
Oh,
helping
cool.
bring people on the team.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you guys want to follow me, this side is our event space. It's first come, first served seating, so just snag a spot. Morning, guys. What's the reason you guys came in? What's the problem to solve? All right. Good morning, everybody. All right. Welcome to acquisition.com, your scaling workshop. My name is Ed Turney. I think that's the next slide. Yep, that's me. I'm Ed. I'll be your MC for the day. I'm the operating partner here. Thank you guys for coming out. It is very challenging to leave your business and deal with all the distractions on your phones and laptops and stuff. I think we have like the most unique international clients here today. So if you ever want to like meet people like your level and beyond to like have better friends, this room makes it easy. So take a minute, fist bump a neighbor, tell them what you do, say hi. All right, we're gonna start the first presentation. Let's do it. All right, first presentation I will do for you guys. It's called The What? Thinking Like a Great CEO. So we got 3 parts.
First question is, how much of your time do you end up dealing with some sort of legal something, whether it's sitting in a courtroom virtually or talking to a lawyer, or just dealing with that end of the business?
Right now, because we don't have in-house counsel, which is what I'm hiring for, I would say actual hard time, 28%. But attention, 50. Because it's like you're protecting your business, you're protecting your brand, people are threatening you, you get, you know, stuff that's like sent late at night, early in the morning. And I think because of where we're at right now as a business, it's just like the stakes get higher and higher. And I've not dealt with it before. So it's new for me to deal with it at this. I've always dealt with like lawsuits and stuff in any business, but like it's just a different level than I'm used to. He's pinging me right now. I wonder if it's anything. Oh, shit. Whenever we talk about like getting to like $1 billion or like accomplishing the goal, I'm like so dead set on doing it the right way. And one thing that I think is like a flaw of mine is that I see other people in that light. Like I want to always see the best in people. And I think what that led me to do in the early days of acquisition.com is like get into relationships with people who were not ethical. But it's just like, it really shows you the dark side of people and humanity. And I think that's something that I have to constantly fight, which is like, there's just some days where I'm just like, dude, like, why do I bother? And then I have to be like, oh my God, don't go there. Because I love people. And that's what makes me good at what I do. And it's like this really hard balance of like trying not to like lose faith, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like when you hire people and someone fucks you over. You know, they steal from the business, they lie, they learn a bunch of stuff in the business and start a competing business, whatever it might be, right? That happens all the time. And I have to train myself not to think about those instances and those people, because then I will not get the best people I have now, because I won't trust anybody.
Alex and Layla set the standard of like what it takes to like win. And so their level of effort and how much they put into stuff, we just try to keep up. That's all. All right, next presentation is called Maximize Enterprise Value by Finding Your Constraints. I talked to a bunch of guys about your problems in the business and constraints, and so I'm going to bring up our next speaker.
I don't know. I just don't know how anybody, I think the one thing I've always found interesting is like some people, they've just been able to figure out how to like grow a business or how to play a sport or how to do something and then stop once it gives them everything they want. And then they just like, it's a lifestyle business or like, it's a this or it's a that. And like, I don't know, it's interesting because like a lot of people who aren't where I want to be always say to me, they're like, you already have enough. Like, why are you trying to like do? And I'm like, I don't have like a stop button. I don't want to either. But in months like this when it's hard, it seems more logical than not to be like, oh, you should like pull back, you should do less, you should whatever. But I was like, yeah, I just don't know how to stop. I don't think I ever have for like most of my life. It's like just keep doing more of what works, even if it's painful. I don't even think my clothes matched today. We almost doubled the team in the last few months and then probably gonna double it again in the next few. And with that comes all the bullshit, mishiring people that occurs. It's not properly communicating changes that are going to come and how we're gonna improve departments, and just, it's mostly communication and expectations. And so just a lot of that. I mean, even last night, you know, it's 9 p.m. and I'm finally like, all right, I'm gonna put my phone down. I get a message. It's like, yeah, I think I'm gonna quit. This person doesn't even report to me. And this person's on like their 5th day. And I was like, I'm not upset. I'm just like, why? And they're like, well, I just can't imagine doing this every day. I was like, you can't imagine onboarding every day? Me neither. You're in the first 5 days. This ain't the job, homie. I like being able to operate with grace during a chaotic situation. You know, we have an event tomorrow and we have 4 people that are now sick and cannot help or attend. I like figuring out what we're gonna do.
What's the problem you want to solve?
For me, I think it really leads, like looking at numbers and things like that.
We're good at that.
Need to get, yeah.
Pleasure. Nice to meet you too. Thank you. I appreciate that. They were just jamming on like, he was just saying like he has a lot of clients that he has information on. He's like, it could be helpful for you guys because we know if the business actually looks good or not. Yeah.
All right. How was lunch? Good. We all caffeinated and ready to rock? I'm going to bring up our next speaker. I will tell you about them first. Director of Strategy and Operations, and they've worked with Fortune 100s to drive profits and operational excellence. Do you think they can help you make money? Yeah. Cool. I do too. Please welcome Sammy Lay.
Miss? Maybe they've been stuck in that thing for, let's say, months or even years, and they can go and take action on it and grow the business. The reaction of someone being like, that's what I need to do. That's like rewarding. So a good analogy Alex always uses is imagine you're walking, you think the right direction is left, and you walk 100 feet to the left only to realize you should have been walking right. It's like, let's make sure we're taking the right steps in the right direction earlier on so we don't have wasted energy.
I would see people not giving it 5 stars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not really.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, sometimes we just have to get in it to realize that.
Yeah.
So that's all good.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
As I was reading it, I was like, I feel like I cut out too much stuff. It's not going to work for somebody who's only reading that. So I'll probably have to remake. I'll have to remake it. Like the only thing that's not, because like the stories in this one seem so summarized that it's like, I was like reading them, I was like, might as well just cut these out. Like there was no value there.
Yeah.
I think the examples make these so real, but they take up like a page in every one of these chapters.
Yeah, like you were saying, if people are going to be giving it like 3 stars instead of 5 just because it's missing stuff, then it's not worth it.
This will probably go on the end of my priorities for right now.
That's all right.
So we'll see. Oh, it's not great. Don't put it out. All right, on to other work.
Cool.
Thanks, Seth.
There's certain personalities that people dislike more than others, and for some reason they try to tear those people down. Alex is one of those people. And it's like why when I met him I just felt like why is everyone trying to like tear this guy down? Like he's so smart and people can learn so much from him. And like he's direct and he's no bullshit and it's not like he's like a teddy bear. But I don't know. I've just like seen it too many times where I'm like, what is wrong with people? Like anybody who's stayed around Alex long enough has become much better of a person. The more competent a person is, the more they are perceived to be bad.
Well, they buy 12 months. So like they sign up for a 12-month agreement.
Okay, that's a
Yeah.
Okay. Now
So
it
the
makes
challenge
sense.
is free if they sign up for the year, or it's free if they do a deposit, and then they can use it as a credit.
That makes sense.
So either way, it's free.
I missed that part.
Yeah. So then it's like, well, which way do you want to make this free? This way or this way?
What's up, Jared? How was it so far?
Fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, that's good.
I earn more,
Yeah, makes sense.
but then I can distribute percentages into different buckets for different subcontractors.
I hope you enjoy lunch, and we'll see you in there.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, how you doing? All right, Sammy's gonna break. All right, they're doing. I'll be out in a sec. Feel this. Get the jitters. This is for that.
Please welcome back to the stage, Frank LaFaro.
Thank you, Sammy. What's up, guys? You get to see me again. All right, so I met a lot of you actually during the breaks and stuff, but I'm gonna start with some questions. So first,
Let's bring some coffees over. Hello.
Hi, Ed. How are you?
Hi. That woman, I'm gonna bring it to her. Her coffee.
I heard it was a late night on Friday.
Yeah. I mean, that was L3 dinner's usually pretty long. And then Brennan's like, I'm staying. I know. I'm awesome.
Focus on reducing that risk. Now, would it be a conversation about risk without a few words from Uncle Warren? So Uncle Warren, he says that the greater the potential for reward, the less risk there actually is. Now, that's just vulgar deal that high risk.
Yep.
I took the weekend to scope out the role and realized that was not the right hire. In general, this person needs to do massive project management and be the lead of all of the things happening under the department, period. From a marketing standpoint, we have that covered. What we do not have is somebody that can lead the charge and tie all the pieces together. It's just that shit happening all over. And, you know, it's like people are afraid to speak of problems, but like, how can we solve them if we don't know about them? Hi, oh my gosh. Sorry, we're vlogging right now. Haha. You should get used to it. I know. Happy day one. This is Jason, my shadow.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Don't worry, it'll
Yeah, I
all, we're just gonna phase it all in, you know. It's all gonna work. We're stoked to have you. I'll see you when I come back up. My goal is to build something remarkable that nobody else has built. And we already are doing what nobody else has done. Like the growth our company has had in the last year is like unheard of. We will be #1 on the Inc. 5000. And I think where that turns into issues in the company is like all these people come in and everyone's like, I want to work at this company that's fast growing and successful. Well, yeah, you want to work at it, but you don't know what the downside of that is. And so in times like this, when we are lacking 25 bodies to help us run this company, some of those things don't get prioritized or take longer to get stood up because we need help doing it, to do it right.
Welcome to Preston, his first day on the team. Yeah. You have like 48 hours to be ready, okay? I'm just kidding.
You're actually announcing everyone.
Yeah. Let's do wins. What do you got?
I got a good one.
Please.
One of the calls I got yesterday at Discovery, he gets in the call, I am so grateful for your advice. He's like, this last 3 days we did 120 grand bump.
Let's go.
So you effectively lifted our revenue by 30%.
Cool. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's let them in early and let's get them started. All right.
I'd love to hear more about it.
But you can just target like the franchisor title, and only they will see the ads.
Yeah.
It's like the most like dialed in.
For like B2B.
Yeah. All right. Hello. Welcome back. I'm Ed. I think you know me already. But real fast, let's go over me. I'm the operating partner for the advisory practice, which just means like all the events. I worked with Alex and Layla at Gym Launch and Prestige Labs for 4 years. built an affiliate network of salespeople, and launched a bunch of national challenges. And I bought a bunch of businesses and sold a bunch of businesses. So that's not bad me.
Think about it like this, right? When the company's small, it's like steering a rowboat. So it's like if I make the wrong decision, it's easy to pivot. It's a rowboat. But then as the company gets bigger, it's the Titanic. It's hard to change directions. So if I don't have clarity of thought and I'm not really making the best decisions for the company, I set us back quarters and years. You know, just gotta make the decisions to protect the company. I think it's always difficult when you have to let go of leaders in terms of like managing the emotions of everybody else on the team. But it's also why most companies just don't grow and they just stay so small, is because they're not willing to put the right people in place. And it's also like, you know, I think there's this like, oh, the right people, meaning like they're bad or wrong or the way they do things is terrible. It's like, no, it might just be that they're a bad fit for this company specifically. And so I think what happens is like, if you don't catch it in the first like 90 days, it's likely that person can just stay because you just acclimate to their, wherever the fit isn't right. And hair, just like a natural curl wave type thing. Yeah, I think a lot of people, when they're growing their business, there's this illusion that when you have more people, you don't have to deal with people. When you get more people, you are now not even focused on the product. You're not focused on the business. You're focused on the people because they build the product. They build the business. They set the strategy. You're guiding them. As you get bigger, you don't do less of it, you get better at it. If you get into business, you're getting into the people business, not just the business of the product that you sell. But what sits all above that to make sure that happens is the people that you bring in. There was a study done on this that showed that organizations that had this one thing outperform organizations with intelligent people, and that thing was good communication. Energy, engagement, and exploration. And so what happens is that when you're small, it's super easy to maintain all of those things. And so as you get bigger, the difficulty is that you have to be intentional about the things that were once accidental. Wow, I love this look. The hair and the makeup. Dude, you guys slayed. Bye, thank you. Thanks.
So I'm just gonna give us another couple minutes here. I know Layla's coming down.
Like, fuck, I feel weird, like a little lightheaded.
Without further ado, please welcome Layla.
All right.